Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's news, let's take a look outside our weather window. And it was one of those winter days, wasn't it, where we saw a little bit of everything, some fog, some misty rain. And look at this shot from this afternoon. This is up near the Leavenworth area, Blag Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera. And it was snowing up that way, so the upper elevations, yeah, we're seeing some snow, some misty rain, and even some spots of sunshine this afternoon around north central Washington. But here's what we can expect as we move through this week and into February. Things are really going to change. We're going to get away from this warm and wet weather pattern and then transition back more to a normal winter pattern, which is cooler and drier. As you can see, the 8 to 14-day temperature and precipitation outlooks pretty dry for the Pacific Northwest and much cooler as we work our way into February. And we'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Moses Lake man who traded in explicit online images of children, including a child in his own household, will serve 50 years in federal prison. Chelan County Commissioners voted to uphold the dismissal of Sheriff's Deputy Jennifer Tyler, and the bus drivers who carry your children to school every day say they've struck a tentative contract agreement with the Wenatchee School District. But first, we begin tonight. An Okanagan County child has become the 5th young person in Washington to die of influenza. The county's Department of Health announced the death on Tuesday and said the influenza B strain has hit school children there hard. An estimated 39 people in Washington have died of the flu this season, including 2 children age 4 or younger and 2 between the ages of 5 and 17. State and local health officials continue to recommend flu shots as well as frequent hand washing to prevent flu illness. A Moses Lake man who traded in explicit online images of children, including a child in his own household, will now serve 50 years in federal prison. 34-year-old Mikhail Yuri Agayev pleaded guilty in October to conspiracy, production, and possession of child pornography in the United States. That was in district court in Spokane. Moses Lake police arrested Agayev in 2017 on a tip. He and his girlfriend, Katrina Michelle Adams, admitted to creating sexually explicit photographs of Adams' 2-year-old daughter. Adams pleaded guilty to similar charges and is due to be sentenced February 24th. Agayev is a Ukrainian citizen. He's subject to deportation once his sentence ends. Chelan County Commissioners voted to uphold the dismissal of Sheriff's Deputy Jennifer Tyler. The 3 commissioners voted unanimously on Tuesday, turning down Tyler's appeal to overturn her firing. Last September, Sheriff Brian Burnett fired Tyler, a former candidate for his office who won a $500,000 lawsuit against the agency back in 2018. Tyler said she was unlawfully dismissed and sought reinstatement from the commissioners through a grievance process. Her appeal now goes to arbitration. Well, the bus drivers who carry your children to school every day say they've struck a tentative contract agreement with the Wenatchee School District. The drivers' union reached the proposed deal on Tuesday in negotiations with the district 1 day after this public rally of union members in downtown Wenatchee. Union President Andy King said a vote of membership could come in early February. If it's approved, the school board would then hold its own vote. Coming up next, Alcoa's continuing energy contract with the Chelan County PUD will be under review this year. Link Transit is extending its contract to keep its electrical vehicle fleet charged up through 2025. And 12th District Representative Mike Steele has been named a 2019 Legislator of the Year by Washington STEM. That's a statewide group that advocates for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Welcome back. In another news, Alcoa's continuing energy contract with the Chelan County PUD will be under review this year. Alcoa's Wenatchee Works smelter has been mothballed since December of 2015, resulting in over 400 lost jobs. Under the PUD contract, Alcoa receives 26% of the electric generation from the Rocky Reach and Rock Island dams. During the curtailment, the PUD sells unused power on Alcoa's behalf, and then the proceeds are applied towards Alcoa's monthly contract costs. Although hopes of a smelter restart are starting to fade, PUD General Manager Steve Wright remains hopeful.
Alcoa, we're certainly disappointed that Alcoa is not operating. We continue to hope that they will find a way to be able to reopen that plant, but every year that goes by, we get more concerned as to the likelihood of that plant.
It's a big chunk of money.
It's a big chunk of money. I will say I'm very happy with the fact that Alcoa has continued to be a good partner. We have not had difficult issues that we've had to resolve. Although they're not operating, they continue to pay under the contract as they're required to do. We have lots of working level issues that come up. They get resolved. They get resolved in the way that they should be resolved. It's a good partnership still, and we'll cross our fingers that that plant can come back. We did include in our performance plan this year, though, beginning to consider what should happen post-2027. What kinds of thoughts do we want to put into what comes next? Is it an extension of an Alcoa contract? Is there an alternative to that? Those are things that are we'll begin to discuss this year. They don't have to get resolved, but we should be thinking about them now.
Puget Power also has a long-term energy contract with the PUD that expires in 2031. Steve Wright commented on the status of both contracts and other PUD issues in an NCWLIFE In Focus interview with Steve Hare that's available on demand at ncwlife.com. Well, Link Transit is extending its contract to keep its electric vehicle fleet charged up through 2025. The Wenatchee Valley Public Transit System struck a new 5-year agreement with Momentum Dynamics. That's the Pennsylvania company that installed Link's first wirelessly charged bus in 2018. Under the contract, you can expect to see 10 new electric buses joining the Link fleet this year, powered by 3 new charging stations. 12th District Representative Mike Steele has been named a 2019 Legislator of the Year by Washington STEM. That's a statewide group that advocates for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Joining Steele in receiving the honor at a ceremony Tuesday in Olympia was 48th District Representative Vardana Slater of Bellevue. Steele was recognized for his 5-year involvement with the Apple STEM Network and continued commitment to education. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Are you like many who are lacking in their retirement plan but are skeptical to talk to an advisor? Are you concerned about where you should put your money or who to trust? At Solomon Financial, we are more about the people we serve than policies or products. We are a fee-based fiduciary with the mission of giving you the peace of mind so you can live the retirement of your dreams. If you have any of these questions or concerns, we'd welcome you to come see us.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first.
When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, when the Washington State Patrol showed up at Kashmir Middle School this week, it wasn't to investigate a crime, it was to share some good news. In front of his entire class, Trooper Jeremy Weber informed Jordy Gonzalez-Perez that he would be the State Patrol's chief for a day at this year's Apple Blossom Festival.
Our Apple Blossom thing in Wenatchee is we pick a student to represent every police department and fire department around. So we pick somebody out of your class to represent the State Patrol. And that's Jordy. Yeah, Jordy! So it's super cool because Jordy gets to come with me, not right now. Eventually, you're gonna come to my office. I'm gonna dress you like me. Well, I'm not going to dress you, so it's not going to be weird. But you are going to get a uniform. You're going to come with me and meet some people at my office. You get a ride in my patrol car, talk on the radio if you want, make some noise, turn on the lights and the sirens. Super fun. But that's not all. You even get to go in the Apple Blossom Parade in a patrol car and wave at all the people in Wenatchee like, hello. And you can make fart noises with my radio. I don't mind. Totally fine. I do it all the time. So would anybody in this room want to go and watch him at the Apple Blossom kickoff? What if it was a field trip? That's happening. You guys all get to go to the Apple Blossom kickoff. However they work it out with the school, I'm going to get t-shirts for you guys. So we're going to represent Kashmir Middle School, but here's the thing. You guys have got to make signs for Chief Jordy. Okay.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. But before we get to those details, let's take another look outside our weather window. We showed you this at the top of the newscast. This was this afternoon, early to mid-afternoon up at Blag Mountain. That's around the Leavenworth area, caught by our Sky-Fi tower camera. And it was snowing pretty good up there at that time. We saw a little bit of everything around North Central Washington today. Some fog, also some misty rain showers. That was happening around noontime. And yes, some snow out there. Even a glimpse at the sun at times, just some wacky weather. Temperature-wise, though, today it wasn't all that bad. In fact, right where we should be unofficially today at 37 degrees. 37 is our normal temperature for this time of year. 33, it was a nice mild start to our day for our low this morning. 26 is normal. Record high set back in 1974 at 53 degrees. 1969 was a cold January for I think the 4th or 5th time this month. Record cold, 1969 at 9 below zero. We picked up 4/100ths of an inch of moisture yesterday afternoon, or I should say that was after midnight into yesterday, but that gets us to 1.09 now for the year. 11.2 inches of snow so far, and that goes back to October 1st. Sunrise 7:31 and the sunset. We're getting closer to 5 o'clock now, aren't we? At 4:57. Let's take a look at how your Thursday shapes up, and it will be about like today temperature-wise. We will see some rain showers today. It should clear up a little bit tonight, and then just some clouds tomorrow. 43 for Moses Moses Lake. Lower 40s for Quincy, Ephrata, Moses Lake area. 36 Ellensburg. We will see about 38 in the Wenatchee area tomorrow, so a tick up from what we saw today. 37s then from Chelan to Eniat, Omak tomorrow at 36 degrees. Taking a look at that surface loop tonight, we will see partly cloudy skies, light breezes. This is the shower activity that moved through this afternoon. We do have another one waiting in the wings. It's going to move in about Friday or so, but tonight just a light breeze and partly cloudy skies. Fairly mild, about normal for this time of year. Temperatures in the upper 20s. For Thursday, increasing clouds. We will see a 50% chance for mainly afternoon showers on Thursday. That could be in the form of rain mixed with snow as this atmospheric river once again moves our way, and that'll bring us warm weather and a lot of wet weather as we get into Friday too. Mostly cloudy, a 50% chance of rain, and unseasonably warm on Friday. We are talking 60-degree temperatures possible in the Tri-Cities area. Spokane well into the 50s on Friday. Saturday, an even better chance for rain, some of it even heavier to our southwest, and very, very mild but windy. We will see wind all over Washington, especially to our east, and look at all that wind out in the Pacific. So it will be warm, windy, and wet on Saturday. A little bit different on Sunday then. Big game on Sunday, of course. Partly cloudy skies, just a chance for isolated showers. We will stay mild, but much cooler Sunday than on Friday and Saturday. And then that cool down continues as we get into the first part of next week. Back to a more normal winter pattern on Monday. Mostly sunny, dry, and cooler. Look at all of the 30 and lower 40-degree temperatures now dipping all the way down into the desert southwest. So you know some colder weather is coming, and that trend will continue into Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies. And as I mentioned, temperatures back to normal. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast, and we will see as we get into that. Not bad for tonight, 28 degrees, so about where we should be for this time of year. There's that little bit cooler weather for Thursday, 37 with a 50% chance of late afternoon showers. More rain on Friday and 48, a good chance for rain as we start our weekend on Saturday. But look at that temperature at 50 degrees and then a cool down on Sunday, 41, mostly sunny, and 38 Monday, and we'll continue with seasonal weather on Tuesday with a high then of 38 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Reinventing FaceTime here at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, a new family-owned and operated business located in the heart of downtown Wenatchee. Owner Andrew Vickery brings forth years of experience to help you transition your backyard into a place where memories are made, family time is looked forward to, and friends are always welcome. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa offers many different styles and sizes of artesian spa. Let us help you add hydrotherapy to your already healthy lifestyle.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper. I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. It was nearly a packed house at Rondon Memorial Gymnasium last night, not just because Cashmere was hosting OMAC, but because the Bulldogs wanted to remember those lost on Sunday. The raw emotions over the tragic death of Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others in a helicopter crash Sunday have spread throughout the world, including the tiny town of Cashmere, Washington. As the Bulldogs stepped back onto the basketball court last night, the community that welcomed the Bryants just 2 weekends ago paid tribute to those who perished in a letter by the one who knew them, Haley Van Lith.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Haley Van Lith and her family, I'd like to take the time to share with you this passage composed by Haley. To my mentor and friend Kobe, I am deeply saddened our time has been cut short. God's timing is perfect, and He intentionally brought us together for this long. Thank you for teaching me that it's okay to be unapologetically great. May I honor your legacy by living my life how you would have wanted, with intense passion and to fearlessly pursue my craziest dreams. To my little mamas, Gigi, Alyssa, Peyton, I will miss our big sis / little sis conversations. You can trust I will work tirelessly to elevate girls basketball into everything you 3 dreamt it should be. Thank you for inspiring my soul. Until next time, my dear friends, rest in heaven. At this time, we would like to have a 24-second moment of silence in memory of Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, Alyssa Altobelli, Carrie Altobelli, John Altobelli, Peyton Chester, Sarah Chester, Ara Zabayan, and Christina Mauser. Thank you.
But then somehow they played basketball, just as Kobe and Gianna would have wanted. Cashmere came out tight and seemed to have their minds on anything other than basketball. The Bulldogs trailed at the end of the first quarter for the first time all season. But then, with the rip of the twine of a Grace Hammond 3, Cashmere was off and running and playing behind the one who's been their inspiration for 4 seasons, Haley Van Lith. She led a charge that put the Pioneers out of reach, holding OMAC to 3 points in the second quarter and nothing in the third. The Cashmere we all know was back. The Bulldogs went on to win by 42 points and claim yet another regular season Caribou Trail League championship. Haley finished with a game-high 29 points, just the way Kobe and Gianna would have wanted it. In Cashmere, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Also in the CTL last night, Chelan beat Okanagan 47-36 on the North Central B League floors. Antioch topped Cascade Christian 44-13. Liberty Bell mauled Manson 67-11. On the Les Schwab Prep boys basketball scoreboard from last night, Cashmere took care of OMAC 58-44. Warden down Cascade 50-47. Okanagan dispatched Chelan 66-48. Liberty Bell edged Manson 57-50, and Antioch squeaked out a 71-68 win over Cascade Christian. On the final day of the Big 9 League play in girls bowling Tuesday, Eastmont beat Sunnyside 3-1, winning the first 2 games 802-636 and 807-595. The Grizzlies won the first Baker 138-119. Eastmont won the final Baker 169-124. The Wildcats finished the regular season 9-3 in third place in the Big 9. Meanwhile, at Lake Bowl and Moses Lake, the Chiefs gave regular season champion Eisenhower all they could take in a match coming down to a pin count. Cadets won by 64 pins. Eisenhower won the first 2 games. Chiefs won the two Bakers, so it came down to that pin count. Eisenhower takes the regular season with a 10-2 record. Will host the district championships Friday morning at 11 o'clock. Also on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from wrestling last night. Kashmir improved to 500 with a couple of wins, narrowly downing Okanagan 39-28 and Chelan 33-29. Cascade also bumped up to 4-3 on the season, downing Chelan 36-30 and Okanagan 39-33. In the CWAC last night, Othello topped Quincy 39-24 and Ephrata beat Wapato 43-33. Coming up tonight, college basketball. Wenatchee Valley will host Walla Walla at W.B. Smith Gymnasium. Ladies step it up at 5:30. Men will follow at 7:30. Also on the docket tonight, great boys basketball game in Kashmir. The 5th-ranked Bulldogs play host to the 9th-ranked LaSalle Lightning. Kashmir's 13-3 on the season, unbeaten in Caribou Trail League play. LaSalle's 11-3 overall, 6-2 in the South Central Athletic Conference. That's behind second-ranked Zilla. Tonight's game tips up at 6:30. Wenatchee Wild play the first of 3 games of this week tonight on the road. Wenatchee is at Vernon with a face-off at 7 against the Vipers. Wild will stay on the road Friday at Vernon before returning home Saturday in time for Guns N' Hoses night at the Town Toyota Center against Coquitlam. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, supporters of an Apple-themed Washington license plate made their pitch to the Senate Transportation Committee last week, and now wait to see if the proposal will make its way to the full Senate by the February 11th deadline. Among those speaking in favor of the license plate were officials from the Washington State Apple Commission and the Washington Apple Education Foundation. 12th District Senator Brad Hawkins, the sponsor of the bill, told the committee that with this being the 25th anniversary of the Education Foundation and the recent release of the new Cosmic Crisp Apple, the timing is right for an Apple license plate.
This license plate idea comes at a very good time, I think, for our industry. I thought in the process we could promote Washington apples, which we all know is super important to our health and our economy in our state and our country. So I'm proud to be supporting this. Thank you to so many of you for co-sponsoring it with me. I didn't expect it to be controversial, but I do know in a short session and with other license plate bills and things like that, nothing is easy to get approved all the way through. So in the spirit of that, my hope is that with the chair's blessing, perhaps you'd consider moving this out of committee at the earliest available opportunity to give us a chance. We do have the Tree Fruit Day coming up. You'll be visited from a lot of people, and so we appreciate you taking that time to meet with them, and it'd be cool to honor them with this bill during Tree Fruit Day to move it through the process. So also with that, I do have, if you haven't seen it, the sample plate that we've been designing. So I think it would look fabulous on each of your vehicles.
That's a big plate, I don't think you're allowed to have that size of plate on your car.
I think the chair,
I'm sure for your car, maybe for
the chair of Transportation Committee could probably have a plate this big.
Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. My guest on Thursday morning's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Arch Ecker. The broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild will be making his first ever appearance on this program. The Coquitlam team will be in town on Saturday night to take on the Wenatchee Wild. It's also Guns N' Hoses night, and we'll have tickets to give away tomorrow as well. So join me, Hockey Talk, with Arch Ecker, plus everything you're used to, including the latest news, sports, and your weather forecast. Start your day off tomorrow the live way, the local way, 7 a.m. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here from this very studio. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, my friend. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
When it comes to our community, you can count on Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to be invested. From supporting community college scholarships through a concert series or participating in a local high school homecoming event, Town Chrysler has always put the community first. Buying local supports the jobs and programs you care about most. When it comes time to buy your next new or used car, SUV, or truck, remember, there's no reason to leave town.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.